I'm watching, it's a Sabbath Friday night, and I'm watching 3ABN, and I'm also testing this new iPhone I have, the 13 Pro Max. I like it, long battery life. But I'm watching 3ABN, Three Angels Broadcasting. It's a Seventh-day Adventist doctrines people. It's not official church, but it's that guy right there is Danny Shelton, who founded 3ABN. It's quite a story. You should read it. He knew nothing about satellite television, nothing, when he started 3ABN. And it's an amazing story. They go now around the world with the Three Angels message that Christ is coming soon. Our church really is a church of the Bible first, Protestants. We're pure Protestant. And we hold the doctrinal positions on prophecy that the Reformers did. I don't know of any other church now that's preaching that. They're all into this dispensationalism and rapture, and they don't even know what they're talking about, in my opinion. But you see what's going on in the world, and it's like what we're using the Bible as our guide is happening before our very eyes. And in her book, Great Controversy, Ellen White writes, she has a chapter called, she's talking about the end of time here. This is what's going to happen at the end. And she uses the Bible, and I think God gave her a special inspiration and message. In chapter 35, liberty of conscience threatened. This is what's going to happen, and it's happening now. And this paragraph really is striking. I'm going to read it. She says, and she's talking about end times. Now, she wrote this over 100 years ago, but in terms of prophecy, that's like a second, in terms of God's time. And we're there now when we see how the Roman church is popular again. Biden, Pelosi, six or seven of the 9 Supreme Court justices are Roman Catholic. That was unheard of when our country was founded, because we were founded on Protestant principle. But the Bible talks about this great power that would have her wound healed after she pretty much ruled the world till Luther challenged her and started the Protestant Reformation. But she says here, Romanism, that's Roman Catholic Church, as a system is no more in harmony with the gospel of Christ now than at any former period in her history. The Protestant churches are in great darkness, or they would discern the sign of the times. The Roman Church is far-reaching in her plans and modes of operation. That's the Jesuits there. She is employing every device to extend her influence and increase her power in preparation for a fierce and determined conflict to regain control of the world, to reestablish persecution, to undo all that Protestantism has done. Catholicism is gaining ground upon every side. See the increasing number of her churches and chapels in Protestant countries. Look at the popularity of her colleges and seminaries in America, so widely patronized by Protestants. Yeah, all these universities are Jesuit universities. Even Trump went to a Jesuit. Look at the growth of ritualism in England and the frequent defections to the ranks of the Catholics. I think Tony Blair just became a Catholic, just like within the last year. These things should awaken the anxiety of all who prize the pure principles of the gospel. This is not against Catholics. In fact, she says there's more true Christians in the Roman Catholic Church than in any other church. But God's calling them out. He says, come out of her, my people. So obviously he has his people, many of his people, in that system. It's the hierarchy she's talking about, the leaders. And the Jesuits, I don't trust at all. For the greater glory of God is their motto, their mission. And that means it's almost like a left wing activist whose moral superiority leads them to believe the means justifies the ends, anything, because of their end goal of and their moral superior thinking. That's quite a statement right there. And this chapter is just really revealing. I think it's in the Great Controversy, Liberty of Conscience, chapter 35. It's toward the end. She takes us all the way to the end when Jesus comes back and tells us exactly what's going to happen. And I test it to the Bible. I say it's right. And I was telling my wife, everything in the middle is just noise. This is going to boil down to a big apostate counterfeit religion that looks like the real thing, and Sunday is big. But as people lose their prosperity over what's happening, whether it be famines, pandemics, wars, they're going to blame somebody. And then there's a small company who keep the Sabbath and the commandments of God, and they will incur the wrath of the big class. Just like the Jewish leaders said, it would be better to that one man die, Christ, than a whole nation suffer. So you can see the parallel there. So we should, if you're not studying prophecy and the Bible, it's safe to say you'll be deceived. You'll just go with people. Just say, well, what's the biggest Christian church? They must be right, and that's not the case. The truth has never been popular with the majority, and we have such an easy formula: to the law and to the testimony. If they speak not, there is no light in them. The law and the testimony, that's the 10 Commandments. If you have the 10 Commandments and Jesus, you're going to be on safe ground, because that's going to be the ultimate battle in the end, the creator or the apostate. All right, I'm out.